What's going on, guys? It's James from Misplay TCG. Got the 3 Dragon Ball Super structure decks here. Spirit of Potara. What's going on, guys? James from Misplay TCG. Bringing you a Dragon Ball structure deck opening. We got the Spirit of Potara, Sane Wonder, and Clan Collision. Probably 3 of maybe the strongest structure decks at the moment. Especially the Vegito, which is my personal favorite. The Vegix is obviously going to be so strong in the upcoming Unison release with all like the other black cards that can come out. Probably a new variant of Storm, and obviously you got the Clan Collision, which is obviously another freezer deck, and it's beautiful doing its hand destruction and hand control. So we'll get into the Spirit of Potara first. So let me really quickly open this thing up. Take out, so you got the rules here, and then you have a little battle map, I think, yeah, just there, which has the Unison area on it now, which is pretty good. Let's chuck them down there. So we'll just try to open this one here. So, as I said, this is one of my favorite ones, and I'll probably be putting up a deck profile about it soon. It's really, really strong with what it can do, how it interacts with the opponent's board, and how it interacts on the opponent's turn as well. So, get into it. It is 50 cards and a leader card. You obviously get the other rarity of the Unison as well as the normal foil. So we'll put that behind and read the leader first. Alright, so starting off with the leader, Vegito, auto, when this card attacks, draw 1 card, strong, you get to draw on this side. Auto, if it's your opponent's turn, when one of your blue Unison cards be placed in the drop area, or one of your blue battle cards is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill or KO'd, you may flip the card over if you do draw 2 cards. So it's pretty much, you can awaken on turn 1. If you essentially 1-cost a blocker out, block the first attack, the blocker goes to the drop, you awaken this guy, it's already insane. And its awaken is, if you have 4 or less lives, you may draw a card, switch 1 energy, activate. So again, that's still a strong awaken. The other side, Godhood Transcendent, auto, when this card attacks, draw a card, strong again. There's a bit of focus here. See if that will work. Auto, once per turn, if it's your opponent's turn, one of your blue Unison cards will be placed in the drop area, or one of your blue cards is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill. Switch up to one of your blue mono energy, active mode, and draw a card. So it works really well with the mono blue. You can play the super combos though, the blue yellow, as you've probably heard, because you don't need to charge it as energy. It's just a good way to control the board. Its activate battle is 2 blue, choose one of your blue Unison cards, and it gets 10k power and triple strike for the battle. So it's an activate battle rather than activate main. So if they don't negate the attack, then you can use the activate battle, do it, and then swing, and there's a triple striker. So very strong leader. And then we go into the Unison. So Gogeta, Pursuit of Power. Very strong permanent. I'm just trying to get this to focus. If your leader card is a blue Saiyan card and you have a blue Saiyan battle card in play in rest mode, your leader cards don't take damage from the attack. So insane, honestly. Like, no damage will be dealt to your leader from your opponent's battle cards. Activate main, plus and minus 0. Choose one of your leader cards or battle cards, switch to rest mode, add a marker to this card. So very strong in the sense that you can already make your own cards. Pretty much go into rest mode and you will have that safety protection on your leader. And then activate main, draw 1 card, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost greater than their current energy, ignoring barrier, and place it at the bottom of its own deck. And that's a -2 on the counters. So a lot of decks, especially Successor, like to go into things that are more than their energy. This deals with it and deals with it because it ignores barrier, so very strong. So obviously comes with 2 of those. Then you got the Super Saiyan Blue Goku Tenacious Warrior. Auto, add 1 card from your left to your hand. When this card attacks, it gains 11k power for the turn, so it's a 15k. Auto, when this card's KO'd, look at the top 7 cards from your deck, and add 1 blue Unison card with a specified cost of 2 among them to your hand, and shuffle your deck. So I already went through the deck earlier to have a look, see what it was. Every single card in this deck has a auto or an effect when it's destroyed. Well, not every single card, but most cards. And it's pretty good because it's either you attack the leader and like maybe not do damage, or you get forced to attack the battle cards that are in rest mode, and when they're pretty much KO'd, they get their own effects, and then you also get the effects off the leader, which is very strong. So one of those, well, I think there is more, yeah, 2 of them. Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta Heroic Warrior. Permanent, if your leader card's a blue Saiyan card, which it is, this card gains critical, so 2 card critical, very strong. Auto, when this card's KO'd, draw 1 card, then up to add up to 1 blue unison card with specified cost 2 from your drop area to your hand. So it recycles your unison cards, which is really good. Again, has the auto when it's KO'd, you get an advantage. Very strong card. Let's take the other one out as well while I'm here. Super Saiyan Trunks, Architect of Peace. Auto, play a blue. If your leader card is a blue Saiyan card, when this card is used in a combo, choose up to 1 blue Saiyan card with an energy cost of 2 or less in your hand, negate skills for the turn, and play it in rest mode. So again, you can pretty much manipulate the battle into your opponent attacks your leader card, you combo with this, and then use its effect to get out a card in rest mode. And say they're attacking with a double striker with a massive like combo power, you still won't take any damage because you already have a card in rest mode, which is very strong. We see Whisa's Corrosion get a reprint, which is a good little counter attack. And you get the attack, choose up to 1 of your energy, switch act mode. You know what that does. Raging Spirits on Gohan, another good card that got a reprint. Pretty much at the end of the battle, when you combo this card from your hand, your lead card's blue, play a card in rest mode. So again, another card to get in rest mode, very strong. My Spirit of Hope, another card that got reprinted in this. It's a blocker. If you have Trunks feature in your battle area, which you most likely will eventually, you can play this card from your hand without paying its energy cost. And it's a blocker, so again, you can get your skills off your leader by blocking. Another reprint for Dimension Magic, one of the best negates in the game, I've got to say. Amazing card. Quick Shift Margin Boo, haven't seen this card for a very long time actually. So when you combo this card, if the lead card's blue, choose cards from your hand, shuffle in the deck. If you do, draw 2 cards. So just, you know, controlling your hand in a way. You're wide open. Counterplay, if your leader cards are blue, if the battle card your opponent's playing has a cost of 4 or less, transfer it on his hand instead of being played. Very strong. So you get 4 of those as well. Krillin the Cunning, when you play this card, draw 1 card for the duration of the game. The turn player would use skill or battle card extra card to switch energy to active mode. They can't switch energy to active mode unless they choose 5 cards on their drop and they send it to the warp. So it could be good against some like black decks in a way, because you're essentially getting rid of their cards that they can maybe recycle to their drop area. But essentially a good card, good 1-cost starter because you can play 1-cost starters now. The standard super combo you get, if the card's blue, your life's at 4 or less when this card's combo, draw a card. So very good. Again, I'd probably recommend bumping the Zamasus in here instead of this because the Zamasus can just control the board a bit better. Then we've got Vegeta Savior of the Future. Add a card from your life to your hand when this card attacks, gets 10k power and double strike for the turn. It's another 1-cost starter, very good. Super Saiyan 2 Trunks for a Brighter Future. This is the probably the deck's win con at the moment in the structure deck. Very strong card actually. So it's a unique, so you can only play 1 in your battle area. If you have a blue unison card player, you reduce the energy of this cost in your hand by 2. Very good, it's a 2-cost. If your leader card is a blue Trunks Future card and your opponent's turn you draw 1, we don't really have that in this leader, so the auto won't go off, but the activate battle is strong. Once per turn, play blue, 2 blue, this card gets 10k power and triple strike for the battle. So again, in the battle, so you can essentially triple strike with this and your leader, like, and the unison, sorry, and it's insane. So they got 4 of that in the deck. One of the newer cards as well, my Bullock of the Future. When this card's played, look at the top 5 cards from your top of your deck. Add up to 1 blue unison card with specified cost 2, or 1 blue Trunks Future card among them to your hand and shuffle your deck. So it can search out your unison card, which is very, very good. And obviously they got 4 in there. So that is the blue Vegito. Next, we will go into the Vegex. Still learning how to say the name properly, so don't flame me in the comment section for that. Again, quickly open this one up, chuck it in the rubbish bin. Take the rules, chuck that rubbish bin, get the tank. Alright, let's open this one. Alright, so we'll move the unison to the back again. And the leader. Alright, so Vegeta Xeno, Trunks Xeno. Permanent. You can only play mono black battle cards. So you can still play in your deck red cards or blue cards or green cards or whatever, but you can only play in your battle area black battle cards. So you can use, like, as you'll see in the deck, the Chompers, you can use them to give double strike. It's just you cannot physically actually play them in your battle area. I actually might be wrong with that. I might be. So don't flame me for that. Activate main, once per turn, burst 5, draw a card. So you're getting essentially cards into the drop area, and you'll see why that's important later on. And then awaken when your life is at 4 or less, or you have 20 or more cards in your drop area, which you can probably do that easily. You may draw one card, switch one of your energy to active mode, and add cards from your life to your hand until you have 6 cards in your life, and flip this card over. So that's essentially good if you do the 20 drop. You can eventually go down to 6 life and, you know, help yourself get more cards, or if you do the 4, you obviously do that. So the Awaken side, permanent, you're going to play black battle cards, and permanent spiking 20. If you would lose the game by running out of cards in your deck, shuffle your drop area into your deck instead. That's so strong. Essentially, you can't deck out. So Geneva Mill and Cooler Mill is going to have a very tough time against this leader. Activate main once per turn, draw 1 card, place 5 cards onto each deck in the drop area, then choose up to one of your black battle cards, black unison cards, and it gains a double strike for the turn. So essentially the same as the Vegeta, it gives your unison an extra attack pretty much, but this time it's going to be double strike instead of triple, and essentially you're not paying any mana. It's just a draw 1, place 5, and then you do it. Like that, that's so strong. So that's the leader. Get into the unison, which will be the card that you'll be playing. Auto, if your leader card is a black Saiyan card, when this card's placed in your drop area from your deck by a skill and you don't have a unison card in play, you may play this card from your drop area with a marker on it. So it's, with the leader, when you're bursting, it's a free unison card and it'll have a marker on it already. So that's insane. That's so good. And then +2, activate main, choose 1 card in your hand and discard it. This card gains 10k power for the turn. So you can mix that with the double strike to make it even stronger, but the main one you really want to focus on is the -4. Activate main, this card gains 20k power and dual attack for the turn, and you mix that in with the leader's gains double strike. It's a double strike dual attacker, which is just, it's so strong in the current setup with black has with the storm they can just bring out. Then we've got Time Agent Vegeta. It's a unique permanent. If this card would be removed from your battle area, it's sent to its owner's warp instead. If your leader card is a black Saiyan card, which it is, when this card is placed in your drop area from your deck by skill, you may play this card from your drop area. So again, it's free if you're bursting it. Activate battle once per turn, pay 2. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 3 or less, and send it to its owner's warp. So essentially, it can get rid of the board. It can clear the board, which is very good. Then another new card we have here is Time Agent Trunks. It's another unique, it's a blocker. Auto, when this card is played, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. It can help yourself awaken. Auto, if your leader card is a black Saiyan card, when this card is placed in your drop area from your deck by skill, you may play this card from your drop area. So again, it's another free card. Oh. And we have Supreme Kai of Time, Guardian of Space-Time. Auto, if you have 5 or less cards in your hand, when this card is used in a combo, this card gains +5k combo power for the battle. That's pretty strong. And auto, if your leader card is a black Saiyan card, when this card's placed in the drop area by your deck, you may play this card again. So the trend is you're bursting and you're playing cards for free, and that's just, it's strong. It's so strong. So we've already been through that, and that. So Further Destruction Champa gets a reprint, which is very good. So they play 4 in the structure deck, so much needed. Pretty much gives your leader double strike, or actually any battle card double strike, so very good. Time's Judgment gets another reprint, another very good card. Time Control Konoha gets a reprint, so 4 of those. This card might see competitive play again with like just the bombers that are out and some of the other super combos that are coming in the Unison set 10. So probably pick up some of these, they could be good again. Yeah, strong card though. Time Trauma Master Saiyan gets another reprint, very good card to play in black again. Just trying to speed through this one a little bit. Dark Power Black Master Saiyan gets a reprint, very good card. Because yeah, decks can now have a turn 1 play again. This card is strong to just play out Self Awakener. Power Burst gets a reprint again, very good negate. Son Goku make an entrance, gets a reprint again, another good negate and play pretty much. So still more cards you're playing. Vegeta make an entrance, gets another, well, gets its reprint. I feel like this will be strong now, especially in this deck. I feel like it will be strong, but there might be some better cards to play in the upcoming set. But you get a vanilla Super Saiyan Trunks in it, 20k, 2 cost, very good. The super combo for choice in the structure deck is the Bibbidi. I don't know whether to play this one or the Trunks. The Trunks is good to draw, but this is very strong if you're going like aggro, which you mostly are in this deck. So that gets 4, and then Time Bullet gets added into the deck. So it's a counterplay. If you have a unison card in play, if the battle card being played has an energy cost of 2 or less, it sends the owner's warp instead of being played. And you can activate this card's counter skill from your hand without paying its energy cost by choosing 2 cards in your hand and discarding them. So that is very strong. I feel like this and the Vegeta are going to be very, very competitive in the upcoming formats. Next, we'll go into the Freezer. I know my boy Dylan bought 2 of these. He'll be definitely doing a deck profile video on these at some point, and also be doing a structure deck feature battles against each other. So we'll probably have all 3 versus each other eventually, and we'll put that up on the channel, and it'll just be good to see what can counter what and what works better with what. And then obviously we'll be doing our own deck profiles on the deck, so you can have some more competitive play. We'll also be doing some budget structure decks on them, so budget deck profiles on them in case you can't afford the expensive cards, so everyone can come out there and start playing. So we'll put that back there. I'm trying to get the focus good on this. It's not really doing that well. So Freezer, a permanent. You can't include Saiyan cards in your deck, so no Saiyans in this, unfortunately. Auto, choose 1 Freezer army card in your battle area, place it in its owner's drop area. When this card attacks a leader card, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and discards it, then add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. So you don't need to add the life, but it's very good to self-awaken, very good hand destruction feature. Awaken, when your life is at 4 or less, you may draw 1 card and switch up to 1 of your energy active mode, flip this card over. So we'll flip it over. So last resort Freezer, auto, when this card attacks, draw 1 card, standard. Activate main once per turn, choose 1 Freezer army card in your battle area, place it in its own drop area, then choose 1 card in your opponent's hand, discard it, then choose up to 1 of your green unison cards, and it gains critical for the turn. So again, this gives your unison card a added feature, so it gives it critical, as well as the other one, triple strike, and dual attack or double strike, I think the Vegeta was, I just forgot. So very strong leader. Then we got the Unison card, Freezer, Xeno, Darkness Overflowing. Permanent, if this card would lose a marker from an opponent's attack, you may place 1 card from your life in your drop area instead. So very good protection on the Unison. Activate main, choose 1 card in your hand, discard it, draw a card, so you draw. I know it works really well with the Dodora as well by discarding the card. Then -1, activate main, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 4 or less and KO it, or choose up to 1 of their Unison cards and remove a marker from it, Very good. That's pretty strong as well. It's kind of like the Vegeta one in a way. So it comes with 2 of those. Then we go into the Ginyu Freeze's Great Soldier. So 2 cost, auto, when this card's played, choose up to 1 of your leader cards or green unison cards, gains 10k power for the turn. That's pretty strong. Auto, if your leader card is a green Freezer card, when this card's placed in a drop area from a battle area by a skill, you may return this card to its owner's hand. So this works well with the Freezer effect. Very good. Zarbon, Freezer's Righteous Hand. When this card is played, look up your 5 cards on the top of your deck, add up to 1 green unison with specified cost 2, or 1 green Freezer's armor card with an energy cost of 4 or less, and shuffle your deck. So it's kind of like the Searcher that is in pretty much both decks. So it's another Searcher for Unison or just a green Freezer's army card. Activate battle, 1 green. If your leader card is a green Freezer card and you have a green Unison card in play and you send this card from your drop area to your warp, choose 1 of your leader cards or Unison cards. It gets 10k power for the turn for the battle. So essentially you're bumping up all your cards and you're attacking. So very good, very strong. This is the Dodoria though. This is the strongest card I think in this deck. Order, if your leader card is a green Freezer card and you have a green Unison card in play, just trying to get it to focus. If this card is placed in your drop area from your hand by a skill, you may play this card from your drop area. And that's not once per turn. So that's very strong. that's very strong. And obviously it goes well with all the Freezer stuff. And then activate main green. If your leader card is a green Freezer card and you have a green Unison card in play, add this card from your drop area to your hand. So again, that's pretty good. Or actually the auto might be once per turn though. I'm not too sure, but either way, it is strong. I mean, if you combo with it and it goes to drop area, you can just add it back. So I think that's the strong part too. So play those. And then we start coming into, I think these are now the reprints again. So Avenging Freezer, look at the top 3, choose 1 Freezer army with 2 or less, add it to your hand. So it's a Searcher again. So it comes with 4 of those. Cold Bloodlust gets a reprint in this. Pretty good counter. Sorry about that, just had technical difficulties. I got the focus to work better now. But Cold Bloodlust gets a reprint. Very strong. I wish it came back, honestly, to full combo. Like 4 of these would be just insane. Freezer's Call gets another reprint. Shocking Death Ball gets a reprint, which is very good. This card is a very strong green negate. Yancha the Cunning gets a reprint in this, very good against pretty much the energy manipulation again. It can stop them, they have to walk 5 cards, just like the other ones. Freezer's Cosmic Horror. So this has dual attack, auto. When this card is played, choose one, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it, or choose one of your opponent's unison cards and remove a marker for it. So this deck likes to remove the markers from your opponent's unison, which at the moment, it can only be done by pretty much attacking into them out of the cards I've seen lately. I know there's some cards that can help remove them, but this is very strong. So they play 4 of that. Then they play Freezer Terraform Transformation. When this card is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill, draw 2, very good. Activate main, pay green, choose up to one of your green freezer cards and energy cost 4 in your hand, or drop area and play it on top of this card in active mode. So you can play essentially this on top of this, or you can play the card, which I think I'm revealing next. No, it's a bit later on. Birder, fastest in the universe. It's a unique blocker. At the end of your turn, switch this card to active mode. So you can attack with it, switch it back, and then block with it. Then you look at the top 3 cards on your top of your deck, or on the top or bottom. Then you place them back on the top or the bottom, so you can manipulate how you want your cards to be on the top or the bottom, which is very good. Then it has Adoria, the Cold-Blooded. So add 1 card from your left hand. This card attacks against 10k power and double strike. Good card. Zarbon the Gorgeous. It's the super combo. It's when your life is at 4 or less, and this card is using a combo, just draw a card. I'd probably use a Bionic Blitz, I think would be very good in this, because you can hand destruct. Otherwise, you can, I think there's a couple of others that you can use it pretty good. I don't really play as much green, so I'm not too sure with the combos, super combos for them. Yeah, then this is the other card you can play on top of that Freezer, the Terraforming Transformation, just here. So it's a Deflect. It's got a unique on it. Auto, if your opponent has 3 or more energy, when this card is removed from a battle area by a skill or KO'd, add up to 1 green extra card with an energy cost of 1 or less when you drop area to your hand. So you can add back the Doria, and then activate battle. 3 cost but 1 green. This card gets 15k power and double strike for the battle, so very strong. Again, it's the activate battle, so you can get through, like if you either negate it or not, or if you don't negate it, you can just do it. So very good. Has 3 of those. And then 1-star ball, Parasitic Darkness. Permanent, this card gains Dark Dragon Ball in all areas. Activate battle, choose one of your cards, it gets 5k power for the battle. And then activate main, choose 1 freezer card with an energy cost of 4 in your battle area. Place it under it. Place this card under it, and then play up to 1 green Freezer Xeno card in your deck or hand on top of the chosen card in active mode. Then shuffle your deck if you look through it. So very good to keep the attack going. In all honesty, I think all these structured decks are probably very, very strong. I see them all being competitively played, especially the Vegito and the Vegeks. I'm not too sure about the Freezer one. The Freezer one is obviously good, but I feel like it's maybe just lacking a tiny little bit. Like, if you guys can like share with me some of your tips for the Freezer one, I can probably see if it is very strong. But so far, these are the 3 structure deck leaders. Be sure to see these in competitive play in the coming future. Also, if you haven't already liked the video, please like it and also subscribe to the channel. We do anything TCG content. Lately it's Yu-Gi-Oh! And DBS, but eventually we will be moving into Pokemon and also Magic. So thanks guys, and we'll see you in the next one.